Hey there, this is Manny, the founder of Blue, and today I'm going to cover some of the most useful project automations. The first one is to automatically move things to done when you complete an item, and also when you move things to done, to automatically mark them as done. So let's get into this. I go here to open automations, and I'll create an automation and say when a record is marked as complete in any list, then I want to move a record to another list. I'll select the current project I'm on, and then I'll select the done list. So that's automation number one. And then we can do the inverse, where we say, okay, when a record is moved to the done list, we're then going to mark the record as complete. Okay, so we have these two automations that essentially are the kind of mirror of each other. So let's try these out. I'll create task 1 and task 2. So if I go ahead and mark this as complete, you can see that it's already moved to the done list and task 1 is here. Then if I drag task 2 across, you'll see that then this is also automatically marked as complete. And this is very useful because it saves this sort of ongoing administration work that you get in projects, and it just saves you a few seconds throughout the day, but obviously across a year or a couple of years, that really does add up. The next automation is creating an SOP, a standard operating procedure checklist based on certain process steps. So for instance, let's say that we have task 3, and when that goes under review, there may be a certain repeated steps that I need to take under review to ensure that it's been reviewed properly. So the way we can do that is by saying, I'll create an automation that when the record is moved to the under review list, we're then going to create a checklist. And so this can be our SOP checklist for under review. And then we can add our items here. So in this case, I'm going to create 5 checklist items. Note that these can also have relative due dates, and they can also be automatically assigned to somebody as well. All right, we'll create this, and then let's try this out. I'll drag task 3 under review, and then we can see that if I click in, that the SOP checklist for under review has been added. I've got my 5 checklist items, and then this one, in fact, has been automatically assigned to me as well. Another very useful automation for managers is to get notified every time something is overdue, because that's typically where you want to jump in and make sure that either the item has been done and it just needs to be recorded as done, or that you need to then speak to the team member to see what's happened. So the way you can do that is to say when a due date has expired in any list, and I like to check this as well, which is restrict to incomplete records. Because if something's already been marked as done and the due date is expired, it doesn't really matter, right? So we have this as the trigger, and then the action would be to just assign myself. So I get automatically assigned, and I'll get an email notification as well if that's turned on in my settings. If I want a specific notification, I could also use the send email notification here as well. So I could say from project to, and I would select myself, and then the subject could be record name is overdue, right? And I can then write my message here. So what that will do is that this automation will automatically trigger when a task that has a due date. So imagine that I'll set this for tomorrow. So when the 16th of February comes along and this is now overdue, I'll automatically be assigned and also get an email notification as well.